up, Dr. Kim here. Today we're talking about how to not be ignored by someone. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I make weekly videos on mental health and dating. Alright, so let's get into it. Someone's ignoring you, they're not texting, emailing, calling you back, or they're definitely not contacting you as often. People typically feel like, what is it? I'm not good enough, they don't like me, they don't care about me, I'm not significant. So obviously, it never feels good to be ignored. What are some strategies so that you don't have to be ignored by someone? The first thing that you want to do is stop making assumptions. A lot of times people are assuming that they just don't like us, or they're not interested, or they don't want to deal with us anymore. But we really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And as a psychologist, I can tell you, a lot more people live secretive lives than you know. They could be dealing with depression or a family member being sick and they don't want to tell you. They might need some time to process the dynamic between you two, or they may just be a person that takes longer to respond. Either way, making assumptions is definitely toxic to you and it's definitely not attracting them back. So when this happens, you might be checking your phone a lot. What's really great is to put your phone down, practice thought stoppage, do some deep breathing, or get a really good workout in. If you did this every time you felt like someone was ignoring you, you could actually stop the habit of ruminating, perseverating on whether or not someone likes you. The next factor in getting someone to not ignore you is to be really cognizant about your thoughts about them and the energy that you're putting out. I'm actually a really big believer in energy, and I do study quantum mechanics quite a bit. So I personally think it's powerful to really be aware of the energy we're putting out towards a person. And even if you don't believe that someone can read our energy, they definitely can read our behaviors. And our negative thoughts can create negative emotions, and they can create behaviors. So you're thinking a negative thought about them, or you're thinking a negative thought about the situation, and guess what happens? You start to feel less confident, not as good, you start to feel maybe angry, maybe you're gonna be passive aggressive and send them a text that you didn't want to send. Or the perceived rejection can start putting you in an obsessive spiral. So now you're going to come across more desperate and calling them, texting them excessively. What you want to do in these situations is actually wish them well. Give them space and think positive or neutral thoughts about them when you do think of them. The next factor is essential, and it has more to do about you than it does them. Ask yourself, would a high-value person be thinking this much about whether or not someone's ignoring them? The answer is no. High-value people do not spend a lot of their time worrying about whether or not someone's ignoring them. What they are spending their time on is activities they love, people that they know love them, and they're usually going hard on their dreams and their passions. And when you have that kind of recipe, you don't have a lot of time to worry about whether or not someone's ignoring you. You are filling yourself up inside, and that makes you more attractive, and that person can come around when they're ready. So make sure you're not making assumptions, you're taking mental breaks. You're being really aware of what kind of thoughts you're having about this person, and you're acting like a high-value person, which is obviously more attractive when that comes to friendships and partnerships. So now you know what to do when you start wondering if someone's ignoring you. And I'll see you on the next video.